Hey everyone, welcome to Tech Altitude, and this is my Poco F1, and just like any other Xiaomi device, it runs on MIUI. I always hated MIUI. Basically, I'm that kind of guy who hates any other custom user interface on or over Android, whether it's TouchWiz, it's One OS from Samsung, ColorOS, AmigoOS or MIUI. But among all the list, I hated the MIUI most. There are a lot of things to complain about the MIUI, starting from its colors. It's all over the place. The gimmicks, the Chinese feel, no app drawer. Well, there was an app drawer for Poco F1 thanks to the Poco launcher, but you know what I'm saying, right? And just this cleaner app which is embedded in MIUI and which prompts me to clean off my RAM multiple times a day. That's the reason why I never trusted MIUI. I mean, I always thought that there are some privacy concerns and something is lot of shady with this phone or just the MIUI custom user interface from Xiaomi. Well, that's the reason why I never did banking transaction on my Poco phone. And now that Indian government has banned 59 of Chinese apps due to its privacy concern, have you ever checked onto the list? It's all filled with the CCleaner, the QQ browser, the UC browser, or any other Chinese app you can think of. Share it. It's all over the place. And all these apps does come pre-installed in MIUI. I mean, you just unbox your phone, unbox your Xiaomi phone, and you get all these apps pre-installed and you can't even get rid of them. And it's not just about the Xiaomi phones. There are other brands as well, like the Realme, Oppo, Vivo, or any other Chinese brand you can think of. What they do is they give you a pre-installed app on your phone. Well, now let's just break this down, why we get all these pre-installed apps on our mobile phones. Starting from 2018. In 2018, Xiaomi CEO has confirmed that on all the Xiaomi phones, they only have a profit margin of 5%. Well, they only take the 5% profit to keep the prices of their phone very competitive with the competition. And that's really true. These Xiaomi phones or these Chinese phones we get are really cheaper than any other its non-Chinese counterpart. With all these phones, they also have their custom user interface, which is a skin over an Android. So the Xiaomi phones gets MIUI as a custom user interface. The Vivo gets ColorOS maybe, and the Oppo gets what, AmigoOS or something. I don't really know what it gets, but those are basically the custom skins laid over Android. And with these custom skins, they offer you a ton of pre-installed apps, and then all these apps just spy on you and show you a lot of advertisements, and from that advertisements these app companies get a lot of revenue, and part of this revenue is shared with the mobile phone manufacturer who has pre-installed all these apps on your phone. And it's so well glued down to your software, or should I say your skin, you can't really get rid of it until and unless you unlock your phone or root your phone and throw it off from your phone. Well, most of us or most of the people who don't have any technical knowledge about rooting your phone, well, they might end up using this app for their lifetime. Basically, they sell you the hardware for a lot cheaper than the competition in the market. And in return, they earn twice or thrice the money of your mobile phone by showing you advertisements for a lifetime. And that is what happening all these years of Chinese phone. I knew this already for a long time, but before I didn't have a YouTube channel, but I do have now, and I do have an audience to share all this important message with. So from the step of Indian government, I had a lot of motivation to throw off completely MIUI from my mobile phone. Now I removed a lot of suspicious apps from my Poco F1 the day I got my phone, but I was waiting for a custom ROM to get stable. Basically, a custom ROM is a custom skin specifically made for all your mobile phones. Well, you can turn your mobile phone into basically any other mobile phone's user interface. You can make your mobile phone look like Samsung, or look like Apple or Sony if you like that, STC if you want that. But I prefer pure stock Android, and this Poco F1 now runs on pure stock Android, which is called Lineage OS. If you have ever used a Pixel device or a Nexus device, you just know what I'm talking about. The pure stock Android has its own perks. First of all, it's stable. There's no gimmicks here and there. There are nothing carried over from Apple iOS, because that's what MIUI does for the most of the time. Stock Android has a real good looks. We have all the perks of Google Pixel on my Poco phone. Perks like light theme option, the notification bar which is highly customizable, and the gestures. Oh my god, the gestures are so good in this custom Lineage OS or the stock Android OS that I have installed on the Poco phone. In a selected app, you can switch from app to app just with a swipe, which comes in real handy. And there's a dedicated bedtime mode where it will dial down all your notifications for you to get your mind ready for sleep, and the phone will not disturb you. There's a dedicated focus mode in which the phone will let you focus on your work, and it will silence all the disturbing apps which show you notifications, like just from Spotify, where it just prompts you to listen to a playlist or just buy their premium membership. You can just close all that with just a tap of the focus mode button. In general, Lineage OS takes better advantage of the hardware. I've always complained about Poco F1 screen. With MIUI it was always terrible, but with the Lineage OS the screen has just got improved a lot. I mean, the color corrections, the clarity is just way more better with Lineage OS. Well, if you're someone who likes stock Android and you want all the bleeding edge features from Android, some of these features are from Android 11, which has not been even announced or which has not been even launched officially by Google. Well, with the Lineage OS you will get all those features way before the launch of Android 11 on your Android 10 phone. So looks like the Lineage OS or a custom ROM might just be the solution for all these cheaper Android phones. If you are holding a Chinese phone in your hand which is a year or two older, and you want to give a little more life to your Chinese phone and not to go out and buy a new Chinese phone out there, you can just install a custom ROM and take complete advantage of the hardware of this Chinese phone. I mean, the hardware is real good. I mean, if you have a Poco F1, then you also have Snapdragon 845 and 6 to 8 gigabit of RAM. So the hardware is really good, and you should extract all its potential by installing a custom ROM over it. To install a custom ROM, the procedure is slightly different for every phone. To start with, you can always search around on YouTube. You'll get a lot of videos on how to root your phone and how to install a custom operating system on your mobile phone. You'll also get a lot of links there. Just make sure that you search for your perfect model. That means if I'm searching for my Poco F1, I'll punch in Xiaomi's Poco F1 custom ROM tutorial. Then I'll get all the videos. So basically start searching from mobile phone's brand name. For example, Samsung. So search like Samsung Galaxy Note 10 and then punch in the mobile phone's model number. Well, the model number is really important because Samsung sells a lot of different variants of Note 10 here in India, and it's the same with across the globe. There is a different variant of Samsung Galaxy Note 10 in United States and in India. So you should make sure that you're punching in model number. Just bear in mind, installing a custom operating system on your mobile phone could be really risky. You might end up in permanently damaging your phone if anything goes wrong. So just follow on to the instructions very carefully and just don't skip any of the step from the instructions. If your phone is as popular as Poco F1 or the Galaxy Note 10 or any other popular device, then chances are there's a big community behind it. And yes, you will void your mobile phone's warranty by doing all this, but you always have an option to go back to your stock ROM or your stock MIUI user interface anytime, whenever, wherever you want. This custom operating system community is really big and they help you a lot if you mess up with your phone. So if you just screwed up your phone while installing a custom operating system, then just don't feel shy and ask them about it. They will surely help you to get back your phone in working condition. I took a risk and I think you should take it too. Just keep yourself safe from all the privacy issues from this MIUIs or any other custom skins these Chinese phones bring onto them. So the biggest website which holds this big community of people which install all this custom operating system onto their phones is XDA Developers, and I'll leave a link down below, right below the like button, so you can go around and search for your phone, meet other new people with the community, share your experience with the phone as they have the same phone around the globe, and take their help to install this custom ROM onto your phone. Well, that's how all these Chinese mobile phone manufacturers are earning money. They sell their mobile phones hardware for a lot cheaper than the competition in the market. And with that, they also install a lot of preloaded applications on your mobile phone. Well, these applications then end up showing you a lot of advertisements and basically spying on you, and all this revenue which is generated by showing all these advertisements is shared with all your mobile phone manufacturer. So this video holds an important message, and if you think that someone needs to know about this message, then share this message with others. Let them know as well if they are using any other Chinese operating system on their phone, whether it is MIUI, ColorOS or AmigoOS or any other Chinese operating system. Let them know and let them switch from the Chinese OS to any other custom operating system which is really good for them, which will not spy on them. Either way, that's all for today's video. If you are new here, then subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching and I'll see you guys in the next one.